In this video, I'm going to help you take the dread out of dinner decisions so that you can get jazzed for cooking in the evenings. Okay, does this sound familiar? You get home from a busy day at work, you walk into your kitchen and you think, what am I going to make for dinner? You open your fridge, you stare into it, there's maybe a couple vegetables, some sad jar of mayo in there. You're overwhelmed because there's nothing to make, you can't think of anything. And all of a sudden you're reaching for your phone for DoorDash and you're gonna get takeout. Yeah, I gotcha. You're not alone. Making a decision at the end of the day is really hard because you've already made over 1,000 decisions during your day and you're tired. It's called decision fatigue and it's totally a thing. What I'm talking about in this video is going from feeling overwhelmed in the evening about what to make for you and your family to instead feeling informed and prepared so that when you look in your fridge, you know exactly what you're searching for and what you're going to be making. And stick around till the end of this video where I'm going to share some great resources for how to plan your meals out. All right, let's get started. If you're a person who can plan ahead, it's a great time to do this when you have a little bit more space like the weekends and you can plan a bunch of meals all at once. So the way to do this is start by sitting down and look at your next week's schedule. See the nights that you have a little bit more time and you can make a meal that's a little bit more extensive, and see what nights you're going to have to do something really quick and really simple because there's just not a lot of time. So if you have a bunch of sports practices for your kids, those are nights you're going to need something that's really, really fast. If you have some sit-down family dinner nights, those are days that you can maybe spend a little bit more time in the kitchen and making something that's a little more extensive. So if you can map that out and just write out those days and what's going on, that's going to help you determine what kind of meals you're going to make for those days. And then the second thing you want to do is write out a list of some meals that you know how to make or that you are willing to learn to make, and start to match those up. So maybe some quick weeknight meals are things that you're going to rely on some boxes and things like that in order to make things really fast. And the nights that are a little bit more expensive, maybe there's some meals where you have some recipes that you've been willing to try, or you have a couple like pins on Pinterest where you're like, I kind of am curious to try that and see how that goes. And make those are for nights when you have a little bit more extra space. And then actually write these out. So match them up. Have it be Monday, we've got football practice, we're gonna be making some quick mac and cheese. Thursday, we've got family dinner night with my parents. We're gonna be doing a little bit of a fancy eggplant parmesan. This is gonna make decisions a snap because you're not making a decision in the moment. You have it all set up and you only spent maybe a couple of minutes on the weekend setting up that whole plan for the whole next week. Now, if you're somebody who needs a little bit more spontaneity in their life and you really don't like making everything be planned, try making this decision and this plan in the morning of that same day. So say for breakfast or over a cup of coffee, take 5 minutes and think about what you have going on at the end of the day. Do you know that you're going to have a late meeting that's probably going to run over and you're going to be getting home kind of late? In that case, think about what you're going to be making for dinner and have it be something that's going to be really simple. So by doing this in the morning, you haven't made 1,000 decisions. You've made maybe 3, maybe 5. So when you're making that decision for dinner in the morning, you can still be a little spontaneous because you know what's going to happen at the end of the day, but at least you're not having to decide that at the end of the day. And then if you know that you're going to need a couple ingredients, like say you're like, oh, I'm going to make a stir fry tonight, but I know I don't have these vegetables, just knowing that you have that plan, you know, oh, okay, I got to stop at the store on the way home, get a couple of vegetables, and then you go straight into the kitchen, you can make that. As opposed to having to make the decision to make the stir fry and having to go food shopping and having to bring all that home. So just by making that decision earlier in the day, you're going to have a lot more space and a lot more time to do that when you get home at night. And all of this is easier because we're fresher in the mornings. We haven't made a bunch of decisions, and so we can think a little bit clearer. And believe me, your future self will thank you for this. So earlier in the video, I mentioned that I was going to offer some resources. So go ahead and look at this link up here. It's also going to be down below in the description. These are some really great free resources where they have a template for you where you can set up this meal plan. So if you're somebody who kind of needs someone to walk you through this step by step, this is really going to help you out. So if this video on decision fatigue and meal prep was useful for you, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and then also leave me a comment below about what you think of it. And then if you're ready to take the next step, or if you want to have more information on how to meal prep or how to get things going, be sure to check out my 6-week cooking course, Slow Summer, and you can find all the information at my website in thekitchenwithkristen.com/waitlist. And I have a link down below as well. All right, I'll see you next time.